Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. It's a lovely evening in Nova Scotia tonight, man. So I'm out. I just did the hammock chair giveaway, and I'm out on a drift, man. Out looking for mushrooms. I've had not great luck this season on the mushroom hunting. I had one feed of chanterelles early on, then we were in Labrador. Now that I'm back, I'm out looking. I'm not seeing too many. I saw some lobster mushrooms, but not a lot of chanterelles yet. Tonight is kind of disproving that for me, as I've already got a few in my basket. 3 in my basket. This one's probably the nicest one yet. It's got a little bit of dirt on them. Chanterelles always seem to have some dirt on them. I'll give you a look at him there. One of my favorite wild mushrooms for eating. He can go in my basket. And we'll have a look. There's a couple more right here at my feet too, but they might be a little bit far gone. This one looks all right. Yeah, that one looks fine. A little bit of slug damage to him, but all in all, he's okay. So, yeah, my plan here tonight is just drift around. I'm in a little area close to home. I'm going to drift around the woods, see if I can find any chanterelles are on my radar, hedgehogs are on my radar. Chicken of the woods is supposed to be popping right now, so I've never found that. It'd be cool to find some of that. And yeah, maybe we'll stop for a nice cup of tea if I find an appropriate place. Anyway, that's it. Come along with me. We'll see if we can find some mushrooms. Hopefully, we'll have a nice cup of tea. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy. Well, here's some more right here. I did not have to go far. uh, I've had good luck in this area last year as well, but I wasn't sure because this year's been a bit different. This year it's been so humid that everything green wants to grow, but I haven't been finding a lot of mushrooms, but I haven't really been out looking all that much. Let's see what we got. We got to kind of get right in here. These ones look fresher than those first ones I picked. Oh yes, that's a nice mushroom there. I like to get my knife out and just trim them up a little bit as I'm picking them. That way it keeps dirt out of your basket. I really like these little small ones for sure. Oh, lovely. Oops, cat blew right off that one, but that's a good one. Now I want to be cautious because I have seen a few posts on the mycology societies, New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, people finding jack-o'-lanterns this year. So I'm aware of what they look like, but I haven't found them yet. I believe that mushroom is a bit dirtier than I want. There's some more right there I'm going to look at too. I'm having trouble tonight with this. Marty sling bag does not want to get comfortable for me. Let's see what else we got in here. All small ones in here. A couple big ones, but I like the small ones. I like the small ones with slugs on them though. Okay. I see some more deeper in there too. That's already enough for a panful. Maybe we'll shift our focus and go look for some hedgehogs. Right on. Well, there we go. I've drifted down an old trail. You can see it was a deep trail at one time, or even a road maybe, but it's all filled in with water for like 300 meters, man. So I followed it down here a little ways. I'm not seeing a whole bunch of any more mushrooms. I did see a couple more chanterelles on the other side, and the road continues. I may explore it a little bit further yet, but I figured right now would be a great time to stop and have a nice cup of tea. So these two trees look quite appropriate to hang my hammock chair from. I will ask some permission first before I do it, but I'm going to get set up and we're going to get a cup of tea on the go. Right on. Bit of playing around with that one, but I haven't really set this up with trees that are close together like this. So anyway, here it goes. Let's give it a sit and see what happens. Always best to take your time getting into it. Oh, that's perfect. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right. Frogs are croaking away. I'm going to get a cup of tea on the go, man. Right on. Okay, let's get a cup of tea on the go. So a little ways back there, I picked up a flat rock. So I figured I'm going to need it for my stove. This here looks like clay. I think it is clay. So I'm going to loosen that up and I might not need my rock. Actually, I might be able to make a nice level spot right here out of this. Right on. Yeah, that's all clay, I believe. Let's try setting up the stove on that. A few bugs around. I don't have my wingman on, so it doesn't work well with this hat. No deer flies or horse flies, right? But I am the odd small fly. Having them around. Okay. Let's see if I can get this pretty level. I got my snuff cap. Oh, I think that's perfect, man. Ooh, I like the look of that a lot. Right on. Got my canteen cup. Say as a Nova Scotian, we're kind of prone to wearing our rubber boots everywhere. And, but, right, if I didn't have my Dunlaps on right now, I wouldn't be able to sit here with my feet in this water. So, I appreciate my Dunlaps, man. It's very, very still in here tonight. Not a breath of wind. Absolutely gorgeous. Oops. There we go. Now I'm going to measure out some water. Tonight, instead of bringing my insulated mug like I usually bring, I brought my Cooksa that Mark Young gifted me this cup. And I haven't brought it into the woods and used it yet, so this will be the first time for this. It's hot enough out that I'm not too worried about my tea getting cold. So let's measure out some water into our canteen cup. There we go, that'll do fine. Set that over there for now. I get everything ready beforehand, before I light the stove, because this is a light and go stove. My little stove, these crossbars came off like a max heat wick stove. I repurposed those for this. Oh, there's a squirrel coming to visit me. A red squirrel. Hi, buddy. How are ya? I'm just gonna have a cup of tea, that's all. Right on. No need to get upset. Might have a little snack too, we'll see. Anyway, back to my stove. So this is a water chestnut can. I've made that the stove portion of my burner. I like it because it kind of keeps this contained and gives it a bigger footprint. This is just like I'm not even sure what this was now. I think it was a small can of flakes of tuna, and I just took yellow pipe insulation, stuffed it in the can pretty tight, and I had some old metal screening, and so I cut the metal screening to shape and shoved it in the top of the can. This has been a great little stove ever since, man. I've used it a lot over the last year. Now, I call them alcohol stoves, but really I'm using solvable methyl hydrate in it, which for my American friends would be the same as heat. We can't get heat up here, so I use this. Ooh, there we go, she's full. Now, let's throw a spark at that and see if we can get it going. There we go. Oh, sorry, I usually bring these in close for that. Not this time, I guess. It's sizzling. Got my gloves handy. Get that on there. Now let's put this on here. And we're off to the races. Now, this time, I've got my favorite tea, man. I've been looking for this for a while. I haven't run across it. The only place I ran across it now was Walmart, and I had to buy 100 bags of it. So, anyway, this is Twinings Earl Grey tea, man. My favorite. I always used to think it was called Twinnings, but I Googled it. It's Twinings, according to Google. I'm going to put that in right now because I don't mind my tea boiled. Oh, I wonder if that little flapper is probably gonna get burned. Wonder if there's any way I can keep that from. I'll put it back here. There we go. Put your flapper on the back handle with the string. Nah, it's still gonna burn off. Oh well, it doesn't matter. The whole tea bag is welcome to. Yeah. My little tag burned off. Oh well, the whole tea bag's welcome to be in there. I don't mind at all. Okay. Gloves are ready in case of emergency. I'll be making sure my trash comes out with me for sure. Got a mosquito rolling by. This is wonderful. What a great little spot, man. Oh, a dragonfly just showed up. He's just hovering here. Right on. Okay, we'll get this tea on the go and I'll bring you back. All right, there we go. My tea is boiled. It looks really strong. Let's get him poured. So while I was waiting for my tea to boil, I realized that I didn't have some floaty in my tea. That I didn't have I forgot to bring a fork or a spoon. Spoon, no big deal. I don't need that. But for my snack, a fork would have been nice. So I went to cut a little stick to make like a stabby fork. And I stepped over there. And when I reached to get a stick cut, I heard a whole bunch of buzzing, man. And it took me a little bit longer than it should have to clue into what was going on. And by the time I realized, I got stung. Bees came out of the ground, man, and stung my hand. So, I mean, I jumped and got out of it, but I'm only like seven, 8 steps away from where that happened. And I can see the bees milling around. So I'm just being real quiet. They didn't chase me. Like they came up out of the ground, swarmed me a bit. One of them stung me on the hand. I got out of it. So I think I'm okay here. I'm not allergic to bee stings or anything like that, but I just really don't like getting stung. So anyway, my snack, back to what we were doing. My tea's poured, it looks lovely. My snack is something Marty sent me. It is Armour Vienna sausages, and they are smoked. They came from Marty's Ramblings. So I'm out before supper, but I'm going to be getting home late for supper anyway. I was asked the family to save me a plate. We'll see how those go. Get those warmed up. And then we'll have a bit of a relax away from the bees over in my tree. They're coming and going, but they're not aggressive anyway. That's a good thing. Boy, is there ever a lot of them over there, though. Let's see if I can catch that on camera without getting stung, maybe. While my Vienna sausages are warming up. Well, cheers, Mark. Right on. Let's try this Earl Grey tea. Oh, it's hot and it's strong. It's nice. Definitely my favorite. From the sounds of that, my sausages aren't going to take too long. But we'll see. I'll let them go for a little bit. Let's see if I can show you these bees that just stung me without getting stung again. It really sucked getting stung because I had my knife in my hand when it happened because I was cutting off a twig. Oh yeah, I started moving and they all disappeared. Definitely don't want to get too close to them. Let me see if I can see if you can see them in there. Oh, there they go. Right there is where they were. See them coming and going there? Oh yeah, those are the bees that stung me. Oh man. When you step down in the woods and you hear buzzing, that's not common. That's the first time that's happened to me. You hear buzzing, man, you get out of it fast. Well, like I say, it was kind of a sketchy situation because I was cutting a twig, and when I heard the buzzing, I had my knife in my hand, and when I got stung, I had my knife in my hand, so it was very hard not to react erratically. Anyway, live and learn. Okay, I'd say my little sausages are done. I'm gonna put my teacup right over here. Hopefully somewhere I can reach it. There we go. Now I'm gonna put my gloves on to get at this little sausage and put my homemade fork there that I got stung for. Which really just wasn't cool. Can't really see too much of the sting, it's just a little welt. So there, my little Armour Vienna sausages, which are smoked. Oh, they look done to me. Right on. All this trash will be coming out with me. I'm just going to let that stove burn itself out. All right. Let's get settled and give this a try. Oh, nice. Which hand do I want to put them sausages in? I'll put them in this hand. They're going to be hot. Oh, they're very hot. There we go. So, right on. First things first. Beautiful. This is what I like. Nice mossy forest. There's a bee buzzing around all my stuff. Get out of here, you stinging buggers. Keep going. I don't mean you no harm, man. I'm sorry I stepped on your nest. Did not mean to. Anyway, back to my tea. I'm paranoid now because I'm hearing buzzing. Let's have a taste. Mm. Oh, that's nice. It's cooling down just right. It's going to be perfectly drinkable in a couple more minutes. Flavors are wonderful. Mmm, delightful. Twinings Earl Grey tea. Now, let's see about one of these here. Ooh, these sausages look hot, man. I don't think I'll bite into one of those just yet. Hmm. What a lovely evening, man. Oh yeah, I was going to show you a bit about chanterelles. So the chanterelles that I'm picking, I grab my basket for a second while we wait for this stuff to cool off a little bit more and try not to aggravate that bee. So the chanterelles that I've picked, chanterelles are a pretty good mushroom to learn. They're pretty common in Nova Scotia anyway, and they are really, really good when you get them all cooked up, man. Smell lovely. They should smell like apricots, right? And chanterelles, one of the identifying features of a chanterelle is it has ridges rather than gills, and the ridges will be forked, and the ridges will not all stop at the same spot on the stem of the mushroom. And one more identifying feature of your chanterelle, when you break it apart, break it in two like this, and pull it apart, it should kind of look like string cheese, like you get for kids, pull apart cheese, and they should be white on the inside. That'll fade after it's been broke open like that, but when you break it, it should be white. If you've got all those things, it's likely you've got chanterelles, but never, ever, ever take my word for it, right? Do your own research. Be confident yourself that what you're picking is a chanterelle, if that's what you're going to do, because chanterelles do have a toxic look-alike, the jack-o'-lantern mushroom. And like I said earlier, I've seen posts this year of people actually finding jack-o'-lanterns, and I haven't seen that before very often. So keep that in mind. Do your own research. I've done lots. It took me 3 years of looking and studying chanterelles before I picked and ate them, just because that's what it took for me to be sure. So be sure for yourself. Don't take my word for it. I am not an expert about mushrooms. I'm just a guy in the woods. Let's see if them hot dogs are eatable now. Ooh, they're still pretty hot. Mm-hmm. Mm. The smoked flavor is really nice with these ones. Really nice. So they're a lot. They're a Vienna sausage for sure, a lot like the ones we get here. But the smoked flavor is nice. That's a little bit different. I really like that. Hmm. Well, I'm sure I'll have no trouble making all these disappear. 7 in a can, it looks like. They're not very big. Yeah, I'm good with that. Very nice. Well, I'm gonna sit here, be quiet, listen to the buzzing like I do, and eat my little sausages and have my cup of tea and just hang here by this little pool of water on a very still night tonight. And breathe this all in, man. Mm, right on. What an awesome cup of tea that was, man. Thank you, Mark, for this cooksa. It's gonna get used well, man. What a special cup. That's awesome. Just listening to the birds squawk away, the bees buzz even, Mr. Squirrel's chattering away at me. This is lovely. And the way the water's just kind of like, I know it's just still water, but I mean, there's frogs jumping in and out of it and water skimmers swimming around. It's a really cool spot, man. Other than getting stung, of course. Getting stung kind of sucked. But I mean, I'm still getting like, I'm not allergic to bee stings at all, but I get the tingles after you get stung. Not something I enjoy at all. I don't like getting stung, but it is what it is. If I had some plantain kicking around, I would apply some to it, but I don't. Mmm, beautiful. So some of you already know, I'll touch on this just a little bit in this video. I haven't been uploading like very consistently lately, and I can tell you why. Well, y'all know I was in Labrador, still coming down from that beautiful trip, man. So awesome up there. If you ever get a chance to go to Labrador, go. Right? Hands down, don't question it, just go. Experience it. It is amazing. And uh and before Labrador and after, I was working on a little side quest of mine that I'm ready to talk about a little bit. So what it was, I had seen like an advertisement for an online course, and I saw this ad a couple times. It was with Alma Oasis, and I'd never seen them before pop up as like online learning centers or anything like that. So I ignored it the first couple times I saw it, but then I saw it on Instagram too, and it's like, what is this, man? So I went back to the Facebook ad, and what I saw was a forest therapy practitioner course, a certification course. So I was like, right, I don't usually click on stuff online very much or anything like that, but I was like, why am I seeing this so much? I got to learn more at least. So I clicked on it and had a look, and I was like, this is right. It could be sketchy. I don't know. It's on the internet. So I messaged Alma Oasis to ask a few questions. And when they got back to me, man, I knew right from that point on that they were legit, that there was no reason to suspect otherwise, and that I was going to enroll in their forest therapy practitioner course. And that's what I did. They had a huge discount on the go, 70% off to take the course. And it was 10 modules, all online, all at your own pace. And it was beautiful, man. And what I learned in that course really relates to what I've been doing. And I didn't really know it. I've known, like when I turned 40, for the first couple years into my 40s, I felt horrible all the time. I honestly, for a while, felt like I was going to die. And I wasn't talking about it. I was in a really bad spot. I felt terrible all the time. And around 42, around the year 2000, I just, it was like a lightning bolt hit me. I saw mushrooms. I started realizing what I was missing, I guess, by living unconsciously. I realized what I was missing. So I started going into the woods looking for mushrooms. I started going into the woods just to see whatever I could see, man. And that's what I did. And it turns out, after taking this forest therapy practitioner course, or silvotherapy practitioner, I I realize that there are legitimate benefits that I am gaining from doing this stuff. And although silvotherapy is a little bit more structured, what silvotherapy is it's kind of like a takeaway from the art of Shinrin Yoku. So in Japan, Shinrin Yoku is the art of forest bathing, where a person, it was meant to reconnect the Japanese to the forest, right? Because their forests are beautiful, and art, inspiration, just lovely forests, a lot like ours. So Nova Scotia and Japan do have a little bit of similarities. Anyway, so that's where the idea for silvotherapy came from, and but it's evolved into this thing that I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start taking people out for silvotherapy sessions once I can be confident that I'm not going to walk them right onto a beehive and get everybody stung. But like I'm thinking like, you know, two, three people, four maximum. We're going to do silvotherapy sessions, and I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome for me. It's going to be awesome for the participants because they're going to get to experience the benefits that I have of just coming out into the woods and being here. See, trees, I think, are the most underrated thing on our planet, man. They are so important to us. They are so important to the entire world, right? Like bees, yes, are very important. Trees, I would say, are right there with them. So respecting our trees and getting to know them is going to be one of my things right now. And what a great time I had taking this course, man. So now, huzzah, I'm now certified in silvotherapy. I am a silvotherapy practitioner with certification that is accredited. after taking the course and passing the exam. Here I am, man, certificate and all. So I'm not going to start up right this minute taking people into the woods for sessions, but I am going to work on it. And within the next month, I would say, once there's a few less bugs in the woods, I'm going to be taking people and I'm going to create a nice experience. You see, my whole jam for the last, as I've been evolving and heading down my path, has been I keep getting experience, learn, create. Those are the three most important things to my existence. And I can break that down for you a little bit. That experience means like I come out into nature and in my everyday life, I have experiences. A lot of times I don't know what these experiences are or what they mean or if they mean anything. So I just be aware and practice presence, and in time, it's revealed what the meaning was behind that experience. And then I can learn from that experience. And once I've learned from that experience, I can use that experience to create new experiences. And that's going to be kind of my jam going forward. That's been serving me so well. Like right now, I'm just looking at a spider on its web. It's a big spider. He's over there. And it is beautiful, man. Present in this moment. So important. Practicing a clear mind, a mind that doesn't berate yourself or constantly have to be thinking. If you can just slow that down, even, it's very difficult to shut it off, but if you can slow your mind down to the point where you can just breathe and observe. I used to joke that I am the watcher, I am the witness. I used to say that all the time, just kidding around. Now I understand that it's a really big part of what I like to do. I like to watch, I like to witness. I like to just sit quietly in the woods and let trees do what they do, man. They do naturally. But I'm not going to get into the big details of silvotherapy just yet. That'll be something I'll share in my sessions. And maybe if I get somebody that is willing, I'll be able to do a little bit of a video of a session, but we'll see. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good about it. And I hope you guys are doing well too, man. Remember that, like, if I had listened to my mind, I never would have taken that course. And you really should never, never, ever let the start stop you at anything. If you see something and it excites you, I recommend you go for it flat out, man. Take it as far as you can. And then once you've taken it as far as you can, start looking for the next thing that you want to do, right? So, the silvotherapy seems like something that's going to go on for a while, but we'll see how it plays out, man. Either way, I'm now a certified forest therapy practitioner, and I'm pretty proud of that fact, as you can probably tell. Anyway, I'm going to start packing up. The bees are still kind of around, but they're not bothering me at all. Packing time. I got to make my way home for supper. Right on. Oh, those Vienna sausages from Marty were really good. I enjoyed the smoked flavor on those. Mmm, fun is fun, but done is done, I always say. Nice. Okay, there we go. Nothing left behind. Had a good look. Other than getting stung by a bee, man, what a beautiful time in the woods. These woods are a little bit thick. I don't come in here often. I was only in here once last year looking for mushrooms. Now again this year. It's not a bad place to have a look around, man. I like it. I like this old road. I don't know where it goes. I may follow it someday, but today's not that day. Time to head home for supper. I thank the trees and nature for accepting me, man. Let me blend in for a while. Beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to head down the trail. I hope you guys are well. I want you to know I appreciate you all for watching. That's for sure. Thanks for joining me. I hope you'll join me on the next one. Oh, and remember, you will never find anything unless you get out and look. Go have a look, man. It's worth it. Bye for now.